Hey everybody, it's Nick from Android Headlines, and today we're going to be unboxing the HTC Vive. Alright, so I'm like a kid on Christmas right now. I really can't wait to open this thing. I have been stupid excited since FedEx showed up at my door just a few minutes ago, and I'm practically wanting to just rip this thing out of the packaging. So we're going to go ahead and just bust right into this right now. So as you can see, this is a rather large box. It's definitely not a small package, and that's because this feels sort of like the real VR package, if you will. It includes everything, unlike the Oculus, which does not come with those motion controllers. This one comes with the motion controllers, the whole room setup, and the whole kit and caboodle. So here we go. We got a nice little setup guide here. It tells you how to set up your room. Basically, you want a rectangular play area or a square play area to make sure you have enough room to move around. It's got the entire contents of the box here, as well as where to download and set up all your stuff. And then, of course, we have a couple of other languages here as well. Now for the actual package. So in here we're going to have the motion controllers, the detectors that are going to go on your walls, as well as the Vive headset itself. So we'll go ahead and just pull out this little link box first. And this link box is what's actually going to connect to your computer, and this is what's going to enable it to plug into the Vive itself. So you have HDMI, USB 3.0, and your power in. And then on the other side you have your HDMI, your display port, another USB 3 port, and another power in. So this thing is going to tell you this goes to the PC, this goes to the VR. It seems like it's a pretty easy setup for now. All right, so we'll pop out those controllers. If you've ever used a Steam controller, you will be familiar with the feeling of these trackpads. They click in, they are more of a touchpad experience. And of course you have buttons both above and below it. And of course I just turned it on. And then on the top here, you have all the different little sensors up top that'll help both the Vive headset and these detectors figure out exactly where you're moving your arms and how you're moving around in a spatial 3D environment. And then of course underneath you have the triggers. These are push in, and then there's an extra click at the end as well. So then you have the buttons too on the side. So each side has a button. So you can basically press like this on both sides, and that gives you a number of different inputs as well as being able to manipulate things in the world. Next up, we're going to take out these little motion detectors. So these little motion detectors kind of look like a tube TV, if you will. These are going to sit on a base stand, or you can maybe mount them in the corner of your room or whatever. They've got a couple of different connectors back here, micro USB and that sort of thing. So we can go ahead and set those up in a little bit. Next up, of course, is the headset itself. All right, so this is the final consumer version. You'll note that it has the less obvious pockmarks on the front. The initial versions had very sort of maybe ugly looking sensors sticking out, things that you could probably bump and mess up. So these are nice covered sensors. They're not going to get in the way. They're not going to get snagged on things. And of course the big thing here is this camera. This camera is going to allow you to see the world around you in the VR environment. That way you can interact with different things, or maybe just not bump into that couch or chair that you have sitting in the middle of the room. And of course on the side you have a little adjustment if you need to adjust the lens, and the headset itself. It's got the nice cables coiled around the top here, and then the cable itself, you just have 3 connectors on the end. Put that to the side. Check out what else is in this box. All right, so we got power brick. That makes sense. And of course this is something foamy. I can't quite tell exactly what it is. Okay, it just looks like a replacement visor. This is for narrow faces, it's labeled, in case I guess your face is a little more narrow than somebody else's that the default one is made for. Looks like we have a few more things down in here. Okay, looks like some more cables. Probably be the micro USB cable for that one connector. This is the HDMI cable. This one is going to be, looks like a pair of headphones. Yep, that's right. So the Vive itself does not actually come with headphones mounted on the unit like the Oculus does. Instead, it comes with a little pair of HTC headphones. Now, these look like the Pro Studio headphones, or maybe something similar to what we have. These generally are pretty excellent headphones. We'll have to see exactly what those sound like once we get them hooked up. Of course, then you also have a regular USB to USB for those power connectors. All right, underneath these, this is a nice little multi-layered box. Reminds me actually quite a bit of the original Wii packaging, where it was a multi-level box with different things that you pull out and find, sort of like hidden secret compartments, if you will. These are going to be the mounting brackets for the monitors themselves. And of course, the little instruction guide for how you're going to mount them. cables for connecting them. So we have another power brick here. That's the same as the other one. Ditto. And this particular one, let's find out what this is. All right, this looks like, it looks like an audio cable. I'm not sure if it is or not, but we'll figure that out once we get into the setup video. These are micro USB cables, and these are actually little power bricks. So they look sort of like what you would find in a smartphone. All right, so that is it for the Vive unboxing. Go ahead and check out our setup video, see how you get this thing going, working with your PC, and a few little tips and tricks on maybe how to make things work better for your particular environment. You can check us out on Google+, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you're at, we're at. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Till next time.